Kyoto is a must visit when you go to Japan, but due to its well-deserved popularity, it can get incredibly busy. If you're like us and you want to explore Kyoto, but you're not a fan of crowds, then this video is for you. We spent our day visiting some hidden gems and timing the visits to the more popular locations, and it was much more enjoyable this way.
The scenes are heated. It's super comfy. Makes you fall asleep.
Now there is a reason we were heading there super early, and it's because we were heading to Kiyomizu-dera. It's a temple that's located pretty much in the middle of Kyoto, and it's at the top of a hill with a gorgeous view over the city, but it's quite an uphill hike to get there. So we found out from Kay's friend, a Kyoto local, that if it's before 8 AM, taxis will actually drive you all the way up the hill to the temple, whereas you'd normally have to walk there. After 8 AM, it just gets too busy and they physically can't get their cars up the narrow streets. Kiyomizu-dera is open from 6 AM and the entry fee is about $5. However, you can explore a bit of the temple without entering the grounds and paying the fee. This is what we did. This early in the morning, you kind of have the place to yourself. There aren't many people around, mostly just photographers, so it's incredibly serene and the air is very fresh this high up.
何時今8時ぐらいなのマジでマジか舐めてたなもっと余裕だと思った
During autumn, the temple is also open in the evenings for a light-up event, where the temple grounds and the autumn leaves are lit up and it's absolutely spectacular. However, it attracts insane crowds, so it's not on the menu for today.
Hi, Kiyomizu. Yeah. I'm okay.
By 8 AM, the crowds had started coming, led by the school kids.
It's not even open.
This beautiful street that leads down from the temple is Matsubara-dori. It's littered with souvenir shops, but none of them are open this early in the morning. If you're interested to see what this place looks like normally, we'll be coming back here at night soon, so stay tuned for that. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you get notified when new videos are released. As we made our way down, I was constantly in awe at the view and the preserved architecture I could see all around me. It's just so different to Tokyo and Osaka. It made me wonder, does the Kyoto government have height and building restrictions in this area to preserve the cultural heritage? If anyone knows, please enlighten us in the comments. Anyway, this was the spot we were looking for. When you type Kyoto into anywhere really, chances are you'll see this photo. So we'd hoped that coming here early would give us a chance to get a clear shot. Now if you come at this time, you might see trucks in the way, but don't worry, just wait 10 to 15 minutes and they'll generally move. We actually timed it really well. This is the behind the scenes of the photo shoot, but it's normally so busy here, it's impossible to get a photo with no one in it. So this was a huge success. As we were walking around the pagoda, we stumbled upon this little shrine full of these colourful balls hanging on the walls. So, write your name, your wish and the date on one of the kukuri-saru and then you put it here and take a collection. They're called kukuri-saru and they're talismans made of cloth that represent monkeys with their hands and feet tied. It is believed that writing a wish on one of these kukuri-saru will help them come true. And this is Kay explaining to me that tying it higher makes it closer to heaven and thus easier for the wish to be picked up to come true.
evening, so there's no cafes or restaurants open yet. So we're going to go to Nishiki Market. It's going to take about 45 minutes by the taxi. So yeah, hopefully it's not too busy. Hopefully we can have some snacks there. All right, see you in Nishiki.
お、ちょっと空いてるやん。いやいいやん。もう全部空いてたらさ、どれが出るかわからんからさ、いいよな。
Nishiki Market is a fresh food market street in central Kyoto, commonly referred to as Kyoto's kitchen. Apparently it's been around since like 1310, but because it was so early in the morning, not many stores had opened yet. But this was fine with us. It helped us narrow down our options to what we wanted to try, and we didn't have to worry about any crowds yet. As a general rule, in these busy touristy areas, the stalls will ask you to eat next to or inside the vendor to prevent people from walking and eating and making a mess throughout the market. Mama.
日本語で言うな。
The tamagoyaki we'd had still left us a bit hungry, so we went in search of more food.
Oh, this one is better. This one's better.
Yes, this place had tamagoyaki again, but it's kind of a staple Japanese breakfast item. Unlike tamagoyaki available in Australian restaurants, these have a much richer dashi flavour, and some will have bits of eel or mushrooms scattered throughout as well.
Most places, when they have 2 toilets, there'll be one that's female only and then one that is for anyone. So they have, so if that one's being used, the women can use this one, but the men can't use this one. Here is our Japanese breakfast. This is the meat set breakfast. And this is the fish. Some sides. Miso soup, some tea, nori, chicken, rice, and some tamagoyaki.
The food was really good, and I loved getting to try all the different sides. And this tamagoyaki was also much better than the one we'd just had. I still have trouble getting around the idea of eating fish or chicken for breakfast though. They just very much feel like lunch or dinner foods. After breakfast, the market was starting to get quite busy, so we bought ourselves some souvenirs and headed out. But before that, we stopped to sample some black bean tea and chestnuts. I don't know what it is about these chestnuts, but they are delicious. If you do go to Nishiki, make sure you get yourself at least a sample. By this point, we were quite tired, so we took a seat within the chestnut shop and sipped our black bean tea. It was an unusual flavour, but nice for cold days like today.
Sitting in my throne, trying to get that lady.
We're near Shinbashi-dori. There's a lovely lake along here, a little creek. But look how glorious this road is. There's Kay walking like an old man, just enjoying the weather. Now at this point, it's the middle of the day, so it's going to be busy anywhere you go in Kyoto. So I suggest you go find a restaurant you like and have a nice lunch break. We took this to the next level though. We'd heard about a secret cafe called Angel Library and went hunting to try and find it. We entered this boutique called Cacao Market and went up to the staff asking for the cafe. To try and minimize embarrassment, I asked in English. That way, if they were like, I have no idea what you're talking about, at least I could just look like a silly tourist who'd lost their way. Anyway, it worked, and they took us to a secret entrance and through a back door that led down these super cool stairs. The place had a gorgeous antique Alice in Wonderland vibe with angel paintings and statues throughout. Each table has a designated name, and we were given this table in the corner here. Our food arrived. Oh, they only offer cakes and stuff, and we took a nice sugar-powered break from all the walking about. The atmosphere really does feel like a library down here because it's so quiet. I assume they only let you in when there are seats available, so potentially on weekends they might turn people away when it gets too busy. I'm not sure, but it was a very pleasant step into a different reality. Just note that the ceiling is quite low. Now we're heading to, what's the place called? Kifune Jinja, which is an hour train ride away in the north of Kyoto. So we're just about to hop on the train now and head there to, apparently they're doing illuminations there as well, and it's free entry, so that's exciting. So it's a bit more isolated, so outside of the city of Kyoto, so we're hoping that it's not as busy as the other ones. That's what it's supposed to look like. Should be nice. Just like Kiyomizu-dera, there are many temples and shrines across Kyoto doing light-up events during autumn, but to avoid the crowds, we picked a shrine a bit further outside the city to go to in the evening. It's still not too far though. This train is cool though. It's designed so that the passengers can have a view of the gorgeous autumn leaves along the way. Kifune Shrine is located within Kifune village, and although it's only 30 minutes away from the Kyoto city centre, it feels like you've stepped into a whole different world. I should probably flag that this place might not have a lot of English signs around, but there are plenty of staff around to assist you, so don't stress, you can get here with limited Japanese. Once we got off the shuttle bus, the walking began. It's not super steep, and because we were enjoying the beautiful autumn leaves all around us, it felt like we got to the entrance of the shrine in no time. We arrived just before dusk and managed to catch the decorative lights turn on and illuminate the natural and historical beauty of this place. We came for the autumn illuminations, but there are events here all times of the year, including a summer festival, spring light-up event, and apparently when it snows, they'll have snow illuminations too. This staircase leads to the main hall. This is the main section of the shrine, but there are more locations further up the mountain. At the top, you'll find some sacred mountain water that is safe to drink. You can also purchase a fortune-telling sheet known as a mikuji that reveals your fortune when it comes in contact with water. There's also a QR code you can scan to have your fortune translated into other languages. There's honestly so much to explore here, and if you like serene locations with mountains of heritage, no pun intended, I highly recommend visiting Kifune Shrine during one of its special events. We spent the evening exploring the rest of the shrine until it got very dark, and then headed back to Osaka. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you found this video useful for your own Kyoto trip. Have an amazing time. Bye!
Bye!
おはようございます。